Go! What's going on, guys? Bearded Rich here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at my EDC and kind of what is it and why I carry what I carry. I did a video a little over a year ago. It was the very first video on my channel back when I still didn't know what I was doing. And I kind of reviewed my EDC and what I carried. My EDC has changed a little bit since then, and my thinking behind it has changed just a little bit. So I want to bring you guys along, show you what I carry now and kind of my mindset behind it. So the first thing we'll start with is obviously a firearm. Firearms are a big part of EDC, especially with me. Not everybody carries a firearm for EDC, but that's okay. I choose to. So on the table are 3 of the most common firearms that I carry on a daily basis. But typically a firearm is always a staple. The main firearm I carry is a Glock 48. So this is a single stack, and I do air quotes a single stack, and I'll tell you here why in just a second. But this is a single stack 9mm by Glock. It's the longer barrel, so it's like a 43X, but just with a longer slide, longer barrel. For me, I like it. It's a little bit more balanced. It's more comfortable. The grip on these things is phenomenal. It fits my hand very well. I don't have massive hands, but I have about medium-sized hands, and I can grip this gun almost like a full-size gun, which I really like. I have that little bit longer sight radius on it, and that's why I really like the 48 over the 43X. I have the Trijicon HD night sights, like on all of my guns. I have Talon grips on this as well. I have the granulated, so they're really rough. They'll rub your stomach hair off if you got it, or they'll even wear your clothes out pretty quick if you carry appendix like I do. But I like it just because if my hands ever get sweaty or anything, those Talon grips will hold on to it really well. But I also have the Shield Arms mag release because I carry Shield Arms mags. And why I say this is a single stack with air quotes is because Shield Arms developed these mags that actually hold 15 rounds, opposed to the factory 10 rounds that a Glock mag holds for this. So to me, that's a no-brainer upgrade. You gotta get the mag release because these are metal mags and they'll tear up your factory one. But this I can carry 2 15-round mags, which is awesome. So that's 30 rounds of 9mm. I carry, for ammo, I carry the Federal HSTs. They're an awesome round. To me, they're one of the better hollow points out there. Speared Gold Dot's another good one, and Hornady makes some really good critical defense and critical duty rounds. But I really like the HSTs. They run on the Glocks really well. But there's the gun. The holster I carry is a Tier 1 appendix carry holster. I'm a bigger dude. I got a little bit of a gut, as you can see. But this thing is very comfortable. It does not get in the way. I can sit, I can stand, I can bend over, I can crouch. I can do all the things that I normally would do with this holster. It doesn't get in the way very much. You also have a secondary mag on it, which I like. I always carry a spare mag if I'm carrying a semi-auto gun, just because the chance of me using all 30 rounds, very slim. The chance of me using the gun even is very slim. But if I have to, I want to be able to reload if I have to. I hope I never get in that situation. I probably never will, but if I do, I want to make sure I'm strapped up for it. But anyway, Tier 1 holster, appendix carry. This thing's awesome. It flexes. So around your gut and stuff like that, it'll flex and move with you. It'll breathe with you. T-Rex Arms also makes another excellent holster, the Sidecar, which is very similar to this. Almost the entirely same design, everything, except this uses paracord to flex. And the T-Rex has a hinge system, which I ordered one of those. I have one coming, so I'll be able to review a comparison between this and the T-Rex. So stay tuned for that. But Tier 1 holster, I love it. They're not cheap. This one, with all the little upgrades I did to it, ran about 170 bucks. It's an investment, but for me, this is one of the best holsters I've ever carried. So Tier 1. Another gun I carry quite often is my little Ruger LCP2. But Ruger really stepped it up with their LCP2. The grip's a little bit wider, so it fits my hand a little bit better. Obviously, you're not going to get that pinky on there unless you have an extension, mag extension, which as my backup mag, I do carry. And it's also a +1. But overall, this gun is a 6+1 gun. I also have Talon grips on it, but I have the rubberized grips on this one because this one I carry in my pocket. So it comes with this little pocket holster, so I can stick it in there like that, shove that in my pocket, and run around if I need to. But overall, it's an excellent gun. I've had 0 liability issues out of it. I carry the Hornady critical defense rounds in it. Excellent round. They function really well in this gun, so I decided to keep it. So that's another gun I carry. And the newer gun, you guys have seen in the video, the Smith & Wesson 442 38 Special Plus P. I love this gun. I've been carrying this gun a lot more than I've been carrying my Glock the last few weeks. It's super light, super small. Got my pocket holster. So all the pants I've worn this in, including khakis, jeans, shorts, anything, that holster has stayed in there. The gun is super light. Like I said, I almost don't know what's there besides the big bulge in my pocket. So awesome gun. It slides in and out of the holster really nice, but the holster stays in all of my pants, which I really like. But great gun, super light. I do carry some extra rounds on these little speed strips like you guys have seen, but this isn't going to be a quick tactical reload gun. This is going to be a point blank, kind of like the 380, 3 yards and under kind of gun for a self-defense situation. But it's enough to get somebody off of you, enough to get you out of a dangerous situation. Now over on this side of the table is all the other junk I carry. Whether I'm carrying a gun or not, I have these items in my pocket. So I believe if you're carrying a firearm for self-defense, you need to have an intermediate weapon of some sort between your hands and the firearm. So an intermediate weapon between my hands and the gun, I carry Palmo Sea Spray. I still carry it. So I switch these out about every 2 years just to make sure it stays nice and fresh. But it's a small little Palmo Sea Spray, very hot stuff. It comes with a little belt clip on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I just slip it in the side of my pocket and it just looks like I'm carrying a pin because that's about the size of a pin clip their little belt keeper is. Really nice. They also make a keychain ring for it. They carry it in a variety of colors. My wife carries Palmo Sea Spray as well. But it gives you about 3 to 5 seconds of spray on it. So if you need to pull this out and spray somebody, you can do that really easily, and it just gets them off of you, buys you time to get out of the area, get out of the situation. And Palmo Sea Spray actually has dye in it, a UV dye. So if you spray somebody and you go and report it to the police, they can actually check it at hospitals, police stations, stuff like that with a UV light to see that you sprayed them, even if they washed it off. This stuff's gonna stay on them for a minute. Long, very cheap. This was like 20 bucks on Amazon, something like that. So very inexpensive, but so worth it. I also carry knives. So I carry 2 different knives on me. So an instructor that I'm very good friends with, who's been training for years, brought it to me and he asked me one day, do you carry a pocket knife? Well, yeah, I've carried a pocket knife pretty much ever since my parents would allow me when I was like 9. Well, he's like, what do you carry 2? And I was like, well, no, why would I carry 2? He's like, well, you never know which hand or which side of your body you'll be able to get to in a self-defense situation. So that kind of was a little light for me, a little flag. So ever since then, I've carried 2 knives. I carry a typical pocket knife, and this thing switches out constantly. This is currently a little Kershaw assisted open, just a cheap knife. I go through knives like crazy because I lose them, I break them, whatever. But just a typical pocket knife, assisted open, I really like just because you don't have to worry about flipping it and fiddling with it. But then on my off side, on my left-hand side, I carry a belt knife, pinch knife, belt knife, whatever you want to call it. And just a small little fixed blade knife, solid tang, G10 grips, really nice knife. There's not a brand on this knife. It was handmade by a guy here in Tennessee. I picked up at a gun show. And the holster I actually had made, the sheath I had made by K-Nex Tactical out of South Carolina, I believe. Really good buddy of mine, Matt, down there. So if you're looking for another holster, K-Nex Tactical, go check him out. But he made me this nice little belt sheath for it. So I carry it hilt forward. So if I ever have to grab it with either hand, I can. And I carry it, like I said, on my left side. I didn't want to carry it in the small of my back in case I ever got pushed over, whatever, and couldn't reach it from inside the car. But sit on my left side, I can pull it out from my right hand. I can pull it out from my left hand, whatever I need to do. Just a nice little fixed blade knife. So knives, I carry multiple knives. Again, that's just something you got to practice with, train with. I've done a little bit of knife training. It scares the crap out of me, and I hope I never have to get into a knife fight, but if I do, I got that. The next thing is a flashlight. So light is one of your biggest security tools. This is the Streamlight Micro Stream USB. So you can charge it, just open the little bezel up right there and you can charge it. This light's very bright. I believe it's 350 lumens, but then it also has a lower lumen setting. I don't know how many lumens it is. But as you can see, this light's pretty worn. I've carried this light for a long time. This thing has been submerged, it's been dropped, it's been washed. This light's been through a lot, but it's still kicking. Streamlight, I love Streamlights. You guys know I run Streamlights on almost all of my pistols. But this little micro stream, I plug it into the car, when I'm going to work or whatever, or plug it in at the house next to the computer and it charges up and it stays charged for a long time. So I highly recommend it, especially if you're going to carry a firearm. You want to have a flashlight, that way if you have to go through and identify a target at night or something, or entering your house looking for keys in your purse or whatever you're wanting to do, a flashlight is so handy and so helpful. I highly recommend carrying one EDC. Another thing I carry is a cigarette lighter. So it's a small little Bic lighter. You can carry matches, whatever kind of lighter you want, but I carry a lighter for a couple reasons. One, I like a cigar or a pipe every now and then, so I'll carry a lighter on just in case. But another reason is survival. I have fire with me wherever I go. So if I need to burn some rope or start a fire, if SHTF or whatever, I got just a little lighter with me. I use it quite often, you know, to like burn some frays on clothes or whatever it is. So lighter comes in handy. Even if you don't smoke, I highly recommend carrying a lighter just so you always have a source of fire on you. Obviously a wallet, nothing important about that, nothing special. And something I've started carrying a lot more is my little Raycon wireless earbuds. So I've had these for probably about a year now. These things have been washed and dried multiple times. They've been dropped, they've been left out in the rain, and they still keep on kicking. I am blown away the quality of these Raycon earbuds. These are the wireless ones, little case like that. The case charges. The case will charge them, I believe, 3 or 4 times, something like that, before you got to plug the case back in. They're excellent earbuds, very good quality. I keep them on because I like to listen to music when I'm walking around doing stuff. You know, shooting. I wear these shooting. You guys will see these in my ears quite often. But Raycon wireless earbuds is just part of my EDC. A bandana. There's 1.5 million uses for a bandana out there, and I'm not going to go through them all. But the ones I use it for, obviously blow my nose, wiping blood if I cut myself, bandages. You can filter a little bit of water with these things. You wiping sweat off. As you can see, I'm sweaty now, so probably when I'm done turning this video off, I'm probably going to wipe all the sweat off of my fat body over here. But bandanas are really good to have. I use the crap out of these things. I just got rid of one I've had for 15 years because it finally got all tore up. It was covered in blood and oil and everything, but bandanas have saved me a lot, and I highly recommend carrying one. I've been carrying one for a very long time, so I highly recommend it. Sunglasses. I wear Costas. I like the glass lens Costas a lot. They're a little heavy, but man, do they work. They really keep the sun out. They're polarized really well. So Costa sunglasses I really like. Other than that, the only thing that I can throw in that I can't find because I lost it somewhere in the house is my multi-tool. I carry a Leatherman Wave multi-tool. They're super handy to have, super useful. I use it all the time. So I highly recommend carrying multi-tool. They are a little heavy and a little bulky. Of course, there's 1,000 other brands out there, different sizes and weights and all that kind of stuff. So whatever preferred brand you have, carry it. But I like a good multi-tool to tinker with stuff, fix stuff, you know, work on guns or whatever if you're out in the field. But guys, that's my EDC. That's what I carry. That's the updated version of it. Again, the guns change every now and then, but this my core stuff over here, this is pretty much the same. I'm always going to have this stuff on me no matter where I am. But that's my EDC, guys. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget about my giveaway. I will announce the winner the weekend of the 6th. I believe August 8th is a Saturday. I'll be announcing the winner of the trauma kit giveaway then. Thank you guys for all the subs. Again, all you have to do to get entered into that giveaway is just subscribe to the channel, and I'll announce that winner Saturday. So thank you for all the subs, guys. Thank you all for the comments, all the likes. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions about the EDC, let me know. Let me know what your EDC is down in the comment section below. Let me know what you carry. If there's anything you guys want me to review on the channel, let me know, and I'll see if I can pick it up and try it out. But guys, thanks again for all the likes and all the subs, and stay strapped. I'll see you at the range. Dust, debris, whatever. There goes the phone.